Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap that bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us we have the Eton Elite Executive, an unperforming evening medium wave band scan. First will are features, second will do a size comparison, third will start cruising the evening band. So let's check out this radio, the Eton Elite Executive. Pretty awesome radio with a ton of features. You can find this radio as low as $120 and sometimes upwards to around $150. So watch for good deals. It's an excellent radio. I definitely recommend it if you're into shortwave listening with single sideband, AM listening, aircraft listening. It does everything very well. So let's go ahead and look at the features. Left-hand side, we have an antenna jack for external antennas, like if you have a long wire for shortwave, a little shorter wire for FM and airwave reception. Here we have a DX local switch, headphone jack for FM stereo listening. Down here we have an AC input, or DC input, 6 volts, no polarity. It comes with the AC adapter when you buy the radio. On the front, we have a metal speaker grill, and behind is about a 2.5-inch speaker. Elite Executive. Our LCD is amber inverted backlight, which is nice. And as you can see, there's a lot going on there. You have alphanumeric display for RDS information, a spot for clock when the radio's on versus where it is right now. And it has weekday, and of course it has signal strength meter and other little things you'll see when I turn the radio on. You also notice this is DAB. That's for the European version. Mine's the US version. I don't have DAB on this radio. What we'll do is we'll turn the light on, and you have 3 brightness settings. Cycle through them. There's off, and I'll put it at the lowest setting. I think that looks nice. All right, so I'm going to set this down. We'll go over buttons. There's quite a few of them. And yeah, this will be a little intensive, but it's a fun walkthrough. So we have power button, sleep function, a lockout button, pretty standard. Like the oversized button there. Down here we have 7 function keys. This acts as your memory preset keys, and when the radio's off, it acts as function keys. First 4 for 4 alarms, gotta love that. F5 for switching 10K to 9K, or vice versa. In the FM band from 64 to 76 to 87 to 87.5 to 108. The F6 button sets the tuning to stop. So when you're using these 2 buttons here, when it'll stop on a station once it reaches it, which is the normal. You can also have it delay. So you can use it as a browse feature. So it delays for 5 seconds when it finds a station and it continues on. Or you can set the mode to ATS where it automatically starts saving the stations as it goes. That's a neat feature. F7 here is the set charging time. It does it 100 milliamp per hour. So if you have, say, 2,000 milliamp hour cells, you'd set this to 20-hour charge time. We've got a reset hole there. Page time feature sets the clock and, of course, goes through your pages. Now you have 100 pages of 7 presets per page, giving you a total of 700 presets. The nice thing is you can name each of those pages alphanumerically, which I've done. I can show you, and so you know where you're at. And it's pretty quick. And you can have AM and FM and shortwave and airband all intermixed on that single page, even if you wanted to. Over here, we have some little buttons. I'm going to bring this up to the camera so you can see it. We've got time zone, line in, so you can access your line in, which I'll show you in a moment. Jack on the right-hand side. We have a copy paste button, erase button, the light button I showed you, and of course has an edit parameter there. We have a numeric keypad for direct entry of frequencies. And down below these 3 buttons, we have an FM airband. We have the 0 is a long wave, medium wave band. And then we have a dedicated AM band for shortwave and AM getting to the medium wave. Shortcut to that. And of course, you can cycle the meter bands from here or by using the F1 through F7 keys when you're on shortwave. Those also access the different meter bands. Here we have a wide and narrow filter. So as you are scrolling through for shortwave, medium wave, you can actually increase the bandwidth or decrease it for sensitivity and selectivity. So I'll show you that in action tonight. And down here we have the upper lower sideband, of course RDS mode. And down here we have synchronous detection and single sideband initiate, and of course RDS. And over here we have our browsing keys, which I showed you. In the right hand side, we'll get to the tuning wheel. It's notched. and it pushes in, changes the speed for tuning from fast, slow to off. The neat thing is you can set this to slow and use your buttons for fast tuning, and you have slow tuning on the knob. That's actually kind of nice when you're trying to DX with this radio. We have analog volume control. There's our line in, line out. Line out's really nice for recording. Top of the radio, we have the antenna, which is about 31.5 inches. Does really well. It has a little elbow here, so you can spin it around and it clears the case and you can lay the radio flat. We have a kick out stand, and so I can bring that into focus. You can see the band information. FM, of course, is expanded all the way down to that 64 to 108. There's your AM band. Shortwave full coverage. Long wave is actually full coverage. It's a misprint. It says to 285. It goes much higher. And of course, airband, full coverage there. Runs on 4 AA batteries. Okay. And I guess I can show you that. The 4 little buttons here are magnets for the leather case it comes with. Yeah, the Elite comes with a leather case, which I find nice. This door is really hard to open. There we go. It's hinged. And of course, takes 4 AA batteries. I'm using alkalines, so I won't be using the charge mode, which is a good thing. I'm glad you have to set that manually. I always, even if I had rechargeables in here, I would be taking them out and charging them individually anyway. That's just the way I like to do my rechargeables. There we go. All right, so let's do a quick size comparison and start cruising the evening band. Now this has some competition, and it has some decent competition. This is a great radio. I really like I have 2 of these radios, and I use one every evening. So yeah, you can tell that's as much as I like this radio a lot. But there are other options out there. There's the D808. Like the D808, it's a little smaller, and it's definitely lighter weight because it uses an 18650 lithium battery. This radio is definitely easier to carry and take on the run versus this would probably stay home more, not travel as much with me, and be more of my desktop radio. But just show you that, the 808, nice. Price ranges, again, I think these are around close to 100. Not too bad. Sweetheart of a radio too. I like that radio. Put that off there. Next we always have, let's see, handy dandy Skywave. There we go. The thing about the Skywaves is they have the weather alert with them. This particular Skywave does not have single sideband, but there is the one that does, which is actually more expensive than this radio. But its claim to fame is portability. Look how small that is. Runs on 2 AA batteries and runs 70 hours. So, yep, C-Crane's got that market there with compactability and, of course, on-the-go capabilities. So there's that. And last but not least, we have a deck of cards. We have Iron Man. He's the man with the master plan. He loved Eton shortwave radios made in China land. Ding, 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 ding. Everything's made in China, man. These cards are made in China too, aren't they? Yeah, printed in China right on there. Is that what that says? Yeah, you get it. All right, so let's go ahead, scroll on down here. We're going to start cruising the evening band. Now I have a Turk Advantage passive loop to my left. That helps increase the gain, which is nice. No batteries required. Quick little primer on medium wave or AM listening. When you have an AM radio, which most radios have the AM band included, they have an internal antenna. And it's usually a ferrite bar with a coil winding. It's used to pick up the longer wavelengths that medium wave travels on. It doesn't use the back antenna, which most people think it does. That's there for shortwave, FM, and aircraft, which uses a smaller VHF wavelengths. So that other, the AM band needs that horizontal internal antenna. Now it's horizontally orientated to the top of the radio, and there's a reason. To tune the signal better, you point that horizontal edge of that antenna towards the station you're trying to receive, and the reception will improve, and you might actually pick up a new station by nulling out another. So if there's a station to my west, and I wanted to hear a station to the north on the same frequency, I could do this, and I'll probably end up picking that station to the north up better than I will to the west, depending on transmitting power. It's kind of neat, so you can find multiple stations on the same frequency, especially in the evening. It gets pretty busy. So there you go, your little primer. Let's turn it on. Now we're greeted with clock over here now, battery life. Signal strength indicator goes to 9. We have a bandwidth indicator. So we have 4 kilohertz, 6 kilohertz, 3, 2.5, and 2 while we're in the normal mode. 3 is good. The frequency we're on, band we're on, fast, slow, or stop with the side tuning knob. Weekday was 1, which is Monday. And when you're in the page mode or the memory mode, We got our 99 pages of 7 each. As you see, you can name them. I named my first page Radio Waves. Shortwave on the brain. Todderbert and Iron Man. There you go. And as you can see, 1 through 7 is lit up, so I have like different stations.
Change until late.
Hit with the Mars cheese castle.
So as you can see, it's pretty neat. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off. We're going to go back down. So you can just direct enter. Okay, we'll start at the bottom of the band. Here we can pick up. First station here is CHLO, Brampton, Ontario, which is 441 miles away. They say it's 250 watts. I'm not sure, but I'm going to bring this passive loop in. Here's the Turk Advantage. Let's see if we can't boost that signal. I put it perpendicular to the top of the radio where that internal antenna is, and I tune that loop. It has some little tuning knob. We'll see if we can't increase that gain. It'll show up here on that signal strength meter. I tended to steady it. Nice. Got some music playing. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so this is a good example of tuning medium wave. There's a station here, WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles away, 400 watts to my north. So as I turn it, it should come in.
He's supposed to sound like Ben Affleck. Not Boss Hall, not Larry the Cable Guy. This just shows you what a big fraud this dude is. Bart and Hall. Weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN Plus.
Now sometimes when I turn it away, I turn it to the west, I'll pick up a really distant station, CBK out of Watrous, Saskatchewan, which is 1,000 miles, typically on a really good night. Okay, keep tuning.
Everyone, with the holidays, when you add a pandemic in, it's that much more stress and one that's continued on.
Here's 560 WIND, Chicago.
Young people and families.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, current times, like right here, 10:49 p.m. This is Central Standard Time, and I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA.
Life-changing negative events. And because there's a lot of it can be...
Slow tune. Now we're tuning at 1 kilohertz steps. Just picking a little bit up of Kalamazoo, Michigan, WKZO. Country music, and I hear talk show. Talk show is probably Cedar Rapids, Iowa, 175 miles, 5,000 watts. That's WMT. The music, I'm not too sure. Seems to come in better when I point to the south. Now keep in mind, though, the station could also be coming from the north, so the horizontal orientation works either direction, north or south, or when you turn it this way, east or west, or of course when you turn it this way, north, northwest and southeast.
For the Rocky Mountains, so that it melts in the spring. Are they going to recognize that if there isn't enough water vapor there, nothing is going to fall? You're actually over.
Camera go fast.
Matthew Dellavedova, John Henson,
620 WTMJ, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 52 miles away, 10,000 watts.
who played
The last station on 610, I wasn't sure. There's two of them, and Kansas City was that way, and Ohio's this way, so I wasn't sure what was that way. So if you were wondering why I didn't say anything, I didn't know.
I could have talked about was, yeah, but, and it really...
The gentleman by the name of Ben Pratt. But his main specialty is modeling and understanding what would happen with geoengineering as it pertains to worldwide.
Okay, I think this is KYFI, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts. And there's CFCO, it's a country music station out of Chatham, Ontario, which is in that direction, 310 miles. See, that's the beauty of evening tuning. There's so many different stations on the same frequency. We got Hispanic music on WMFN, Eton, Illinois, 75 miles away, 1,600 watts. And when I turn it to my left, we should pick up Iowa. You can hear her speaking. There's WOI, Ames, Iowa, 265 miles, 1,000 watts. KWSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles, always coming in nice.
Last year, they basically got a break because of the COVID thing back in.
So here's WFAN, New York, New York, home of the Yankees, 750 miles. If you hear, there's a little bit of interference from 670, which is a strong station near me. Let's try the sync mode.
He's Barstool guy. He's funny.
No, Islanders supposed to win. We're supposed to win the cup. They were locked in. Now we're one of the top teams to take the whole thing, and they have now looked very good. We're going to take a break here. 87, 73, 7, 66, 66. On the other side, we will talk about the New York Mets manager search. We'll get to that more. 877-337-6666 at the House WFAN. Your official station to talk Knicks.
So there you go, that's the sync.
Some things just go together, like burgers and fries, chips and salsa, mac and cheese.
Interference comes even stronger when I point it towards this direction because that's where 670 is. Go to that.
RSV is a common and easily transmittable.
So WSCR, the score, home of the Cubs.
With RSV, you're at risk for developing severe
strength.
illnesses. Accelicare is enrolling a recent.
Highest level of informed sports talk in Montreal. Melnick in the action. When you hear Jake Evans say it numerous times, how do we all get along so well?
So he said Montreal, this is CKGM, 690. Montreal, Quebec, 763 miles. Nice. Actually, it's that way, northeast.
Look for Dan Post Boots on Boot Country Work Country's Facebook page today.
WLW 700, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
You will see decisions that come under even more criticism. Been under intense criticism the last.
Let's try sync with 710.
We are right.
720 is very strong, so I'm trying to stay on the lower sideband, the lower part of 710. So WR, New York, New York. Of course, you can go upper sideband.
At the same time, we have China moving very aggressively.
Doesn't sound too bad.
Areas of its market.
So those who say sync doesn't work on here, it actually does a good job. Not as good as some of the Sonys I own, but pretty good.
Shop stools or adjustable stools with casters, $99.99. For the kids on your list, as seen on
I like the audio. Nice and neutral, bright sounding, not too bassy. It's perfect. For talk, shortwave. 720 WGN Chicago. Of course, I'm going really slow, so we're going to have to breeze up the dial pretty quick soon.
Go!
Can't hover on the music, but that's cool. It's CFZM Zoomer Radio out of Toronto, Ontario. 460 miles across the Great Lakes.
Wait till the warm-up's underway.
Neighbors have trusted our family-owned stores to find the perfect gift for decades.
750. WSB Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles. The southeast. Technically there.
Find the perfect gift at Solomon.
Was down 2% at the end of October, but violent crime in the past 2 years...
WJR Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles.
And by the way, if you walk around LA...
In this business, we can find out information about almost anyone very fast.
Here's 770 WABC, New York, New York. 750 miles. A little bit of 780, trying to chop through.
I can't do that for personal gain.
Oh, period. And I hated that he's a little...
So let's do this and see if that cuts out 780. It won't because it's upper sideband. Let's go to lower sideband.
But also the digging, clearing,
and we'll turn it.
And all this other stuff. By the way, I know you're also going to be talking about good old de Blasio on his way out. It's like he's sticking us to New York again, Dominic. Your boy. No, your boy.
So it helps. Nice to have.
You know what I'm going to call him, Rita, throughout the hour?
Girls in 2017 and
WBBM Chicago. They're going to have old-time radio tonight, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m., weeknights, Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time. If you can tune the station in, feel free and enjoy the old-time radio.
Shot ahead, 647 points. Time now for CBS.
An Iron radio station.
It's 12 o'clock.
From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jerry Smith. 14 beams of light.
I think she said Windsor, Ontario. This is 270 miles away, CKLW.
Tell Russia's President Putin not to invade Ukraine or face sanctions.
Here's WGY, Albany, New York, 740 miles.
Reportedly zeroing in on sanctions.
Kyle Roberts with staying fierce tonight and winds calming down with temperatures will fall and will be down in the 30s as we wake up to your Tuesday. Rebounding to about 60 degrees tomorrow afternoon with plenty of sunshine. A southeast wind about 5 to 10. Warmer on Wednesday. We'll start the morning in the 40s, near 70 during the afternoon, and even warmer by Thursday and Friday with highs near 80 or above.
Right now we do have 33 degrees, and Plano News is brought to you by National Land Partners. The diplomatic American presence will not be...
WBAP Fort Worth, Texas, 810 miles. Yeah, they're talking about 70s and 80s. Yeah, I live near Chicago. They're talking about 30s.
In some cases, that can be the American president.
Real savings on medications.
Embedded in the Build Back Better plan.
WCCO, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles.
We're going to cap cost sharing.
October released a handful more.
We are thankful to God that 3 more hostages were
840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky.
Christian Aid Ministries.
Those who were released.
$4 million will be spent on Vail Path to reconstruct bridges, straighten out tight curves.
KOA, Denver, Colorado, 890 miles.
Kathy Walker, KOA News.
The Broncos lost their 12th straight game to the Chiefs last
So
night.
KOA News. Cool.
22-9. Broncos take on Detroit next Sunday at Tower Field. Our next update is at 10:30. I'm Tom Muskin on KOA, Colorado's news, talk, and sports station.
From the Benson Sports Traffic.
historique dans la biofabrication au Canada.
Le ministre de l'Innovation
CJBC, Toronto, Ontario.
salue l'annonce de la pharmaceutique.
On trial accused of staging a phony attack. The defense attorney asking, were you planning a hoax?
So here's 870. This is WL, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles directly south.
He said, quote, I'm a black man in America. I do not trust police.
Republican Devin Nunes departing the House at the end of the year. This is CBS News.
Get CBS News Radio on the Odyssey app. All the audio that matters to you is on Odyssey. News, music, sports, and podcasts. Download the Odyssey app today. Your news, live and local. This is WCBS News Radio 88 and Odyssey Station.
44 degrees with cloudy skies in Central Park. It was 60 when I first got on the
So there you go, picking up New York City, New York, 750 miles. Nice. Stations are coming in good.
1203. Several people were evacuated. Say Jill 50. Pure Talk is simply smarter wireless.
Here's 890 WLS Chicago.
Site for details.
Now we're cruise up the band quickly.
Will remain in the province based in kilowatts to continue to support any life safety work or emergency response.
So 990 is Canada, CBW. This is Winnipeg, Manitoba, 675 miles.
6 feet in parts over the weekend near Henry Brown.
Longest rushing play by the Pages in 24
Local
years.
ESPN 1000 WMVP.
That 64-yard touchdown run by Damian Harris.
Only pay for what you need.
KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles.
New York hedge fund billionaires. What's happening? The Patriots win their 7th in a row, defeating the Bills last night 14.
WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles.
AFC. We'll have more coming up in sports. The city of Boston rolls out new plans to fight back against COVID-19.
Of all liability to the timeshare in a specific time frame. Our
WHO, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles.
Paid off timeshare legally and ethically without it ever.
A bit of a high-pitched whine there. I don't think I have any turned on around me, no. Sometimes putting a passive loop here will help that, but I'm running out of time. Keep going. That was a New York station, by the way. KYW. Oh, sorry, this is KYW, Pennsylvania. 700 miles. Philly. All right. Picking up Little Rock, Arkansas there, 570 miles south, KAAY. Got this tripod really low, I keep bumping my thing.
Away, huh? Don't want to spook the
1100 WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles.
one deep fried turkey, cooked golden brown. I'm talking perfection.
Restrictions. Page says the county's not there yet if people keep wearing masks and
KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
increasing clouds overnight tonight with a low around 21, rather cloudy Tuesday with a high 36. I'm Alex Degman, KMOX News.
Sounds good. WRVA, Richmond, Virginia, 665 miles.
Now, if we say Moses is about to be gone,
Local, WYLL, Hope for Your Life, Christian Radio.
and he's going to speak my word,
He will tell us the secrets. Oh, somebody say praise the Lord. I want to see him, don't you?
Stick around for that on your Monday.
Here's YM 1180, Rochester, New York, 545 miles. Going a little quicker now. WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles.
Ties in a little bit to what's going on. She was a star in Hunger Games over the last 12 years.
WSDZ, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
Dabbled in everything from the X-Men to Hunger Games.
Okay, I'm going to go all the way up to 1500 here. Mute on tuning isn't horrible.
One shot, and one vaccine is one shot.
Here's Oklahoma City. Let me get my sheet out. Here's a WOKC, I believe. No, not W. Come on. KOKC. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 690 miles.
Very soon may not be considered fully.
All night, Mac. No problem. You might not
WCKY, Cincinnati,
don't care.
300 miles.
Just want to win.
biggest tragedy of the 20th century.
KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles.
Biggest tragedy of the 20th century.
Music here, CHHA, Toronto, Ontario. Go to the top of the band.
Could have won this game if he didn't need the 12-yard penalty. Those two plays they threw in the fourth.
This is KOZN, Bellevue, Nebraska, 390 miles, 1,000 watts.
They punted the ball back away. They didn't need to throw.
Music on KCJJ, the Mighty, Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles, 1,000 watts.
Hot takers tomorrow who are just going to wait and say.
KCNZ, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles,
Right? He handed the ball off.
1,000 watts.
Didn't complain.
Situational football. I thought
And KBGG, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles.
just got to give the players a lot of credit for this.
There we are. I'll go ahead and turn this off. Nice. So there it is. It was a wonderful evening band scan. I loved it. The Eton Lead Executive, you got a touch of the synchronous detection. I think it works really well in my case. I don't know about everybody else's, but definitely a great radio to pick up. I'll have the links in the comment below. Definitely a great radio. Pick it up around $120. You're going to be real happy. Of course, there's other options I showed you, but this is my favorite. Like I said, I have a couple of them, and I use one every evening to listen to old-time radio. It's just a treat. So there it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me a like if you did. 2, if you enjoy Eton products and want to see more of their radios, subscribe with the bell icon, get notified of those future videos and deals. When this goes on sale, I post them in my community section. If you have the bell icon clicked, you'll be notified. And 3, comment below what you think about the Eton Elite Executive. Is this something you'd pick up, or do you have your eyes on something else? Okay, let me know. Take care, and we'll see you in my next video.